on guys, this is the katana updated skill customization video that's been requested. So let's go through each shortcut and see what I have assigned, and I'll kind of give an explanation to some degree why. Okay, so nothing up here obviously. Morning light. I got paralysis on there because I can use like stuff like the play dead animation and then do a wake up into paralysis, which is actually pretty cool for a fun setup and stuff like that. Sort of salvation, obviously, because I don't care for the other one. The other one gives more damage, so it's whatever. And then high stance, we have only two custom active skills, Morning Moon and Shadow Sword. Morning Moon, I have extra key regain from it, from the deliberate slice, and then, you know, it's just one of those like good openers that you can use for, you know, like out of key yokai and stuff like that. And then I have Shadow Sword is going to be my primary key damage skill, mainly because, you know, I put it on high stance specifically because high stance has innate parry disable built into it, so this way it doesn't bounce off the enemy's guard, and for me personally this is more effective. Plus high stance has a good range it covers for forward momentum, so you not only cover the forward range, but you also, you know, have the plus side of not bouncing off the guard of the enemies. Moving to mid stance, we have three skills. So Night Rain, I have Imperious Strike for the extra anima gain. Sword of Meditation, I have increased damage, and same with Severing Spin. Sword of Meditation mainly because, you know, it's a slow attack. It's meant to do damage, so why not just boost it up? I don't really do much damage anyway, so this is kind of like a plus when I do use it. And of course you gotta do the full charge because it wouldn't be the same without that, but that's a different topic. As for Severing Spin, it's a cool move, it's a good AoE skill. It covers, you know, a big area effect, and I wish it did more key damage, but, you know, I just put damage so it can perform a little bit better. And then as for low stance, Heaven's Flash, I put poison on it. The buildup of poison on here is surprisingly high. I was honestly kind of shocked how fast the poison buildup is. And then Sword of Discernment, I put lightning on it because one, it's quick, and then two, I don't have any lightning source, so no lightning Onibi, no lightning talisman or amulet or anything of that nature, or, you know, spirit or anything like that. So this is kind of my lightning source for, you know, confusion, but also more so specifically for crabs because this is a nice quick skill and I can use it to lock them down in place. As for the rest of my skills, Morning Moon obviously the only option, Shadow Sword the only option. I have Tiger Sprint to kind of go in with my Shadow Sword, you know, covering range. I can chain this into a chase sequence to some degree, so like it can chase down the target after I do heavy. So but everyone has their own choice, you know, you basically want to do what works for you, obviously. And then I got Flowing Shadow, and then Blue Moon. I just felt Flowing Shadow made sense for me on high. I don't know, it just kind of fits. Blue Moon, I have it for a few reasons. One, it's a cool looking skill, and then two, you know, you can kind of use the skill itself for an out of key enemy to get you a nice damage boost if you know your attack is going to knock them out of key, and then get a quick damage boost, and then, you know, use that to capitalize on it. Mid stance, I have Kick. Some have Swallow Swing here. I personally have Kick because mid is kind of like your defensive stance, but also kind of like your key skill stance to some degree. So for me, I have Kick here. Shadow Sword, no other option. Night Rain, I have it on mid stance because I don't use this as much. I use this when I need to, so that's kind of why I put it here. Tiger Sprint is kind of like in its own thing. I only have this, obviously, if you know my content in my videos, you'll know I do this for just memes and stuff, so this is kind of like a must-have for me. Severing Spin, I use this more for control, so I have more control for my surroundings. Plus it has armor on it, so that's always nice. And then I got, you know, True and Through, that's the only option. Backwave Tempest, only option. And then we finally are at low stance. Low stance, I have Swallow's Wing. For me, I like Swallow's Wing on low, mainly because low stance is your evasive stance, so to me it just flows better and it makes sense for me on low stance. Like I said before, everyone has their own preference. I know people who have this on mid and it works for them, so try out what you think works and, you know, go with your own flow. But this is what I have, and then obviously Shadow Sword is the only option. Heaven's Flash, I prefer it over Swift Step in this game, surprisingly, because I actually used to use Swift Step in Neo 1. But with the AI change and how intelligent they are, Swift Step, while it can still be useful, I find more use out of Heaven's Flash for me personally. And the AI can kind of screw you over with, you know, tracking you well. But that's EI Quick Draw, I personally have it on low, because this is obviously, if anyone plays Sword and off, this is the most utilized EI skill, so you want it to be accessible on your quickest stance. So obviously for me personally that would be low. That's your evasive stance, that's your quick stance, so this is technically the quickest of the three to use. Sword Key I have on low because it's more for pressure. It's a quick tool to pressure enemies with. Sword of Discernment, I have that on low because, like I said, it's another quick tool. And then we get True and Through, and then Tempest, and that's the entire list. I hope this video helped you guys out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.